All right, welcome back. This is Jamie Oikel from runningrestaurants.com. We bring you the tips, tools, and techniques you need to make your restaurant more profitable and successful. I've got a great one question with episode for you today with Jordy Murphy of Phobesoft and Cypress Hospitality Group. Here we go. All right, Jordy, let's talk budgeting. What do restaurants get wrong with budgeting? What do you think?
I think a lot of people that when they initially go to do a budget think too aggressively, pie in the sky. I'm going to do X and we're going to make a bunch of money. I think the thing that someone needs to do is when I do it, when I start a restaurant budget, we do, we come up with a check average. You know, we have a menu. This is what we're going to do. We're going to have a check average, and people need to understand that there's only like, 10 or 20% most are going to order an appetizer at lunch. Everybody's going to order an entree. Some people, people don't drink as much as lunch as they did, 10 or 15 years ago, but you're going to get a soda. So you get a lunch check average and a dinner check average. And what you do is, how many people can I do a day? You're going to do X amount Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You're going to do a little more on Thursday, Friday, depending on where you are, the location wise, Saturday, Sunday. So then you have a revenue stream conservatively. And once you have that revenue stream that you're going to do monthly, X amount, then you can start layering in what are my cost of goods going to be? Food, beer, wine, liquor. And here again, you can't be too aggressive. You have to know what type of cuisine you're serving, which most people do. But, if you're serving, a steakhouse is going to run a 38 to 42%, or a barbecue restaurant, 36, 7 to 40, 41, 42. Whereas if you're serving, if it's a noodle joint, like I had in San Francisco, I had 6 of them, you can run a 20% food cost if it's pizza. So you have to know which cuisine you fit into, and then you strive to get to those cost of goods numbers. Your labor, you have to figure out a labor module and stick to it versus your sales, because everything, your numbers come off your sales. Rent is a big one also. You have to make sure that your rent factor for where you are, you don't want to run more than ideally is a 5 or 6% rent factor. You can still make money on an 8, 9% rent factor. It gets harder at a 10% rent factor, but if you start getting above 10% for your rent, then you need to really be buckling down, because that's when it's going to get most difficult.
I'm glad you brought up rent, because from time to time, because I get press releases and emails and for sales and all that stuff, it hit my box. And sometimes I'll look at them and real quickly, and I'll see the lease number, the rent number, and I go, holy shit, that's a big nut to crack just to pay the rent. Exactly. And then you get the rest of the business. I'm like, how can a place do that? Specifically, I'm looking at this location and that space. I'm like, that's a bad deal. So you certainly need to stick to numbers, because if you can blow yourself out of the water right there. So let's go back. You talked about the revenue numbers, then the cost of goods, labor, then the rent and the hard costs, and then obviously I want you to maybe touch on marketing as part of the budget. What are the other pieces that come in, those 2% here, 1% there, that make the difference at the end of the day? What else is in there that you just miss?
Let me just go back to the rent for a minute. A lot of people look at the rent number and think, okay, that's my rent. But depending on where the location is, you're going to be paying triple net, which is your taxes, your common area maintenance. So these can run another 1 or 2 points. And that has to be figured into the rent factor also. Right. Then you go to your advertising. If you're a franchisee, your advertising can run, basically you don't want to be more than 2%. We had a client in Atlanta, and she was running 7 or 8% in her advertising. And if you looked, every single person that walked in that said, I can do this for you, she bought in. And this is where you have to have control, because me personally, I've never really believed a lot in print advertising. I do advertise. I do direct mail pieces and things like that for restaurants. But you want to keep your advertising less than 2%. When we budget for somebody, we give them 1% to see what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Another repairs and maintenance. And depending on what's up with the building, is it new construction? Is it old construction? Did you remodel it? You want to keep your repairs and maintenance below 1%. So we budget 1% there. Depending on what your utilities are, what part of the country are you in? I mean, is it going to snow and you got to run the heater all winter? Or are you in the South and you're running your air conditioning all summer? These numbers aren't as controllable. They are what they are, but you need to know what they are going in. How do you find out? Talk to other restaurateurs around. If you've got 2,500 square feet here and you're going to air conditioning it in Florida in the summertime, the guy across the street's going to be paying the same amount of money. You can find these things out. And you need to do your homework, because these are some of the things that can kill you.
Well, exactly where I was going to go there. So you went through a litany of things that an operator has to watch out for, and it's a lot. And then you get into the nitty gritty. It is a lot. And then each individually can hurt you. And as a sum, you can all of a sudden find yourself losing money if you're not careful. So what are the tips for managing it? How often is a budget looked at? How often is it updated? Who's doing it? What are ways they can do it? This is where you use your sweet spot. What do you think?
Well, this is where Phobesoft. I mean, I've used. Now we have it. It's a Microsoft product running in an Amazon cloud. You can get it anywhere, and we are well over 400 and something clients right now. They look at it daily, and they look at it compared to a budget, so they know. So you get it, and you have actionable things to do. If it's the 10th of the month, you know how your month is trending. Another thing that people don't understand, I mean, to just talk about the labor. If someone saved an hour a day in the front of the house and an hour a day in the back of the house, that's $10,000 a year. I mean, that's a lot of money. So when they close the restaurant at night and people are cleaning up and the bartender's talking to some of the servers and they're just sitting around talking, I mean, those couple of hours are worth a tremendous amount of money. And that's why you have to know every single day, where am I spending my money? Another thing is, everybody thinks, okay, we start dinner service at 5:30. So they bring all the servers in at 4 o'clock because they have a server meeting and they want to show them the new dishes or what have you. But you have an hour and a half times 5 or 6 people, it could add up to like 10 hours. I mean, stagger your shifts. Bring somebody in to open up the dining room at 4. Bring another one in at 4:30. Bring 4 or 5 of them in at 5 or 5:15. Be able to do a couple of server meetings as opposed to just doing one, and that's going to save a tremendous amount of money. But it's paying attention to what you're doing every day, what you're spending every day, and that's basically the key, because you can't wait. I mean, it gets to the end of the month. A lot of people today, a tremendous amount of them, the majority, turn around and they look at their account and say, did we make money last month?
Right.
All of our clients know the day that the month has ended, how much they made that month, and they know throughout the month. So that's.
Yeah, man, it's not the glamour business of zillionaires. I did an interview a little while ago with a bar. They manage bar costs, and I said the reality is, people from the outside think restaurants make $1 zillion, right? It's such a fun business and it's so profitable. And I know, charging me $6 for a beer, these, they must be making so much money. Of course, we know the reality that is not the case, and you do not make $1 zillion as a restaurant operator. So you have to manage everything very, very closely. You've got to be a hard ass, I guess. At the end of the day, you can't be a nice guy. You have to watch all these line items that you talked about, and you got to let the staff go and not have 6 people sitting around and so forth. So there's all those things you got to do. And you guys do this great. Folks, if they want to dial into Phobesoft, what's the best way? Is it your website, your social? Where can they go?
Phobesoft.com. My email address is geo@phobesoft.com.
Gotcha. And right there, they're going to see demos. What do they got?
There's some demos. You can click on the site and we can set a demo up for you. It takes 20 to 25 minutes to see a full demo to where we can show you how we build the budget, what the managers do every day. It only takes them 5 minutes a day to put their entries in. They can do it on their phone. And it's very eye-opening for pretty much everybody that we do demos for. We do them all day long.
Yeah. This stuff is critical. The cost side of it, the budget side is absolutely critical. So I appreciate that, Jordy. Folks, that was Jordy Murphy from Phobiesoft, founder and owner of Phobiesoft. You can find all about how they help restaurants all over the country with their budgets and how they improve profits at phobiesoft.com. That is FOBESOFT.com. And for more great restaurant marketing, operations, service, people, and tech tips, stay tuned to us here at runningrestaurants.com. We'll see you next time.